Well, good morning and welcome to this week's episode of Bible Study Live. As you know by now, we get to meet together every Tuesday at 11:30 and answer Bible questions together. Well, let's take a look at this week's question from Facebook. This week's question is, can beings on other planets have children? Before I answer that question, I'm going to invite you to like this and share it so as many people as possible can be a part of understanding these things as well. Can beings on other planets have children? This is a really good question, but before we answer can they have children, we need to establish, are there beings on other planets? Are there even other planets with life out there? Well, our answer is found in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. This is a letter that the Apostle Paul wrote to the church in Corinth, and he says, "For I think that God has displayed us, the apostles, last as men condemned to death, for we have been made a spectacle to the world, both to angels and to men." And as we want to study the Bible responsibly, that word that is translated there, made a spectacle to the world, comes from the Greek word cosmos, K-O-S-M-O-S. And that's, of course, where we get the word cosmos from, C-O-S-M-O-S. So it could have been translated spectacle to the worlds or to the universe. Now, it would be fairly selfish of us to assume we're the only planet out there with life on it. In Jesus, he loves to create. That's what he does. In fact, in the fourth commandment in Exodus chapter 20, we find that his title is Creator of the universe. So I can't imagine he started or maybe even stopped with planet Earth. I imagine that he continues to create. Now, I do believe we're the only planet infected with sin. So as we're seeing there likely are other beings on other planets, now we have to address the understanding, is procreation the result of sin, or does procreation predate sin? In the Garden of Eden, God commissioned Adam and Eve with this. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 28 says, God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply. So the commission went out not only to Adam and Eve, but to all the other animals to be fruitful and multiply. Their commission was to fill the earth. So if procreating predates sin, that means there's nothing sinful about it. Unfortunately, the beautiful thing of procreating and the act that leads to that has been perverted by the devil, and it has become a taboo and an icky and yucky, and it is there are certainly some aspects of it that have become vile in the eyes of God. But the initial act, God created Adam and Eve with the body parts and the ability to procreate. In fact, this is one of the things that the devil is infuriated with us humans about, because God created us with the ability to procreate, and the devil can't create anything unless you consider chaos, strife, and pain creating. So if God created us pre-sin with the ability to procreate, that must mean that the beings on other planets have the ability to procreate and have children as well. But, you know, to be perfectly honest, the Bible does not specifically answer this question, so we've got to use a little detective work. And this may be one of those instances where we may not have a good solid answer until we meet Jesus and we can ask him face to face, or when he comes back we have the opportunity maybe to go to these other planets and we can sit down and ask the other people on the other planets, did you have children, or how did it happen? Or who knows, maybe that point won't even care anyway. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it made sense, and I hope you continue to ask questions. Don't forget to like and share what you're learning on social media. Visit and like us on Facebook. Visit and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and visit and subscribe to the website at beholdthesavior.com. Thank you, and God bless.